Good morning. There's my workspace. This is Julie with Jewel Design, and we are on part 2 of today's craft with me, and I think that's a good spot for that to be. I think so. I'll try to make sure I stay in focus. Not in focus, but I should say in camera. Let's see if that works. Whereas I think I've shifted this way without realizing it, so we'll try to get back this way. Alright, so I went ahead and cut pages down, prep some pages. I didn't really ink anything. I just sort of was trying to get a better feel for what we're doing. Change gears in the process, of course, which doesn't surprise me. So we sort of know what's going on over here. This is the next big hoopla, but let's get this side done, I think. So I decided on, we have the flip we made this morning. This little, hinge flip. But I realized I need to put a piece of paper on that one, so it can be a writing journal space. Love that idea, right? So we've got that. And then we decided, I think before we left, that we were going to, or I know, maybe I did this. I don't remember. I think I decided at the last second. I don't even remember. Doesn't matter either way. So we have this in the bottom, so it's sort of decorative on its own and leaves us some blank space, which we may cluster on. This is going to sit right on that distressed area. And then I wanted this piece, right? So I thought, well, instead of having to decorate up here, why don't I just use it in place where I want it, right? Again, I may be able to put a cluster or a box of some sort right here to write on. Just like we have the same space down here. But we are definitely going to do this right in here. And then I have my big envelope that I'm like, duh, I love my... Sorry. Every time. That's so funny. We're going to... I'll get this off here. We're going to distress the envelope. And we're going to put our haunted house here on the front. And then we're going to put my favorite, the other favorite spot, which is the raven here with a hole with a thumb notch. Because we put that large card that I backed with a tab on it inside the envelope. So instead of putting the postcards on the outside here, we're going to keep that pretty hardy on its own. I debated about completely just making it a flip out and nothing else. Having something front and back on here and not like just open it up, but I couldn't do that. So I thought, nope, we're going to put the card in there. It's huge. Don't know where else to put it. Fits in the envelope really nicely. So we're going to put it out there. Then we have to figure out what to do over here. I think we've got the combo of spacing here. I know I want the top. I know we want the dark. I know we want to cut this out and have it, sort of up and down for a nice tuck. But then I don't know what to do. I'm debating on whether we hinge these two out, maybe a little off center from each other, to help maybe keep the all the journal cards that we're going to stick in here. So this is going to be like maybe a graveyard of journal cards. And then you have these two up here sort of hinged out where you can... open it and it keeps everybody intact. So maybe we'll put a Velcro piece here or a magnet here to keep them in place. Something of that nature. So that's a tentative thought for over here for right now. Not sure. This could change 5 times. This is what happens to me, right? So we're sort of going to change gears just a little bit so it's a little easier to use and do. Because you can see I'm running out of space. I really am. If you can see, it's all right here. But I'm going to do this because I want to be able to really, have a rough space to work or a hard space to work with and not have it super flimsy and you guys can see everything and not miss out. I'm also debating about putting the lace in between the 2 layers here, but it got really sort of bulky really fast and I do want to be able to close this and not feel like I'm squishing anything. So we might put lace across the bottom so it sticks out of the book. But the downside with that, I just realized, is the book does stand upright. Or even on its side in my cubby. So if we put anything, I got to put it on a spot where it's not going to get flattened. I don't know, this one, it goes on its side, so it sits on this end. So I could put lace on either end and know it's not going to get squished. Okay, so it's a lot of inking right now, I guess. I hope you had a good morning. I hope you had a good lunch. You're back with me. It is 12 o'clock. It'll be 12 o'clock my time when this airs on Friday here. So hopefully you had a good morning with me. Maybe you're back. Maybe you're binge watching. So I will put up here in the card right here, here in the beginning, I will mark the first part 1. So if you missed part 1, go back and watch that first, I guess, if you want to. if you want to, and listen to all the ramblings on. I guess that's where a majority of my what's going on right now, I guess, is in there. Nothing big has happened. It's still Friday on your guys' behalf. And yeah, well, it's still Tuesday for me. We got our walk in, which is great. It helps with Bella a little bit. She's definitely, we're assuming 5 years old as of November. They kept saying she was 4 years old. She was 4 years old. I just don't know when that birthday was for her. So we just take the date and we add to her life every year we have her. It's all we can do. So she technically was in her 5th year. So she's in that weird spot of still has a lot of energy, still needs to, needs attention and love and play. And she was so excited when my oldest comes home. She's like, play with me, play with me. Used to be just my husband when he came home because he would be the only one who'd come home at night. And now it's, she gets just excited when she expects us to walk, me and my little one to walk her, and she expects my oldest to play with her when she gets home. So that's super cute. Now we know this is going to go down, but I know until I need to get that envelope down first before I get any of the pages down. And hope I didn't do a terrible job. So we are definitely going to glue a little over and hope that we can line things up and I did not undercut anything. Which is a little, it's always hard. You never know for sure. And it looks like it's going to be okay. So there we go. We've got the distressed. For the most part, you're not going to see this ripple, but I want a little something where you could. And the only question I have now is whether or not I off to one side, like really off to one side so you can see it, or whether I center it. But I think I'm going off to one side. Bella, love, you don't need to be growling. Oh, everybody who's outside ever, she growls out. Hopefully if she doesn't start barking, we'll be fine. If she starts barking, I'll have to put her in the back of the house. But she was barking in the house going, I want out, you're outside. Okay, so there's the potential there. But so I have my glue book back. We're going to move this to the side for a moment. Oh, it's sort of fun though. I mean, it's almost journal-ish, in the sense of doing this where, these... I'm debating on whether to do, well, let's distress the envelope in the antique because it just enhances the natural color that's already there. And then I think I'm going to do the red on the two covers so we have some differences. Yeah, there we go. We want that to really sort of enhance the curls. Oh, I wish we could talk. I really wish I could talk to you guys. I wish you could tell me what you guys have been up to, what you're doing. I know Dawn has been working on a little fall. She showed off some wonderful stuff in our Crafters of a Jewel Design page the other day. I have my winter kit out, so I've gotten some reviews on that already, which is awesome. People are loving it. I hope they'll make something with it and share. The winter kits don't get always as much like love, right? It's always Christmas, 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 or not at all. Which is why I love doing sort of a winter kit. It still has a little bit of a Christmas feel, but it's not like... It has ornaments and evergreens in it. I think that's the only thing that makes it feel Christmassy, right? Like potential of Christmas. Is that. But I don't know. I think like we do with pumpkins. I mean, even if not into Halloween, you still decorate pumpkins and leaves and harvesty stuff, right? And for some people, that's enough for Halloween. That's all they need. So, I think sometimes just the evergreen, the prettiness, we have a designer who is in Australia, I think, and so it's not, it's not warm, it's not Christmassy. Christmas trees are not something you can find right now, probably. I don't even know I don't think Australia would have evergreens. I could be totally wrong, but she has a faux tree that's really white and pink, and she loves it. She's a shabby designer, so she just put a picture up, and it's all pink and white and sparkly, and it's the closest thing she gets to what we would consider Christmas or the winter time. So. She has fun decor that would that indicates what she needs. All right, I think, yeah, that'll help. Gosh, I have so much ink on my hands when I'm done. I don't realize it until I wash my hands. I go, oh my gosh. I don't know. It's not like I'm not playing in dirt. I know that much. All right, so we're gonna do the red on the outside here to see if we can enhance that a little bit, so it's not any kind of a white edges to the, oh no. I caught it, but the problem is I don't want to squish it and have like ink all over my pants. That would be terrible. That would be bad. Ugh. Alright. That'll work, I think. I could put the plum over if I wanted it darker. Because there is a little bit of that plum I noticed in this one. I could get away with it. If I want a little bit more purple. She does have the most interesting hints of like distressed, like ink got on something type layers. Oh my gosh, there's so many layers in this. It's unreal. I'm just in awe. I try so hard, and I think it's the same problem I have. Some people can do the most eclectic decorating and can mix and match, and I just go, oh, it's really pretty. But personally, I have the hardest time doing it, like buying it and doing it. I'm like, really? I can't get myself to do it. It's so funny. It's like, oh my gosh, I admire it most of the time. I love it, but doesn't mean I can physically do it. I get it, and I'm like, I don't have that. I'm getting better at it, though. I'm getting better at trying to layer things up, trying to add stuff to it. I think I try too hard is the problem. I get too much in my own head, which I always have my whole life, so. Okay, hold on one sec. I noticed my voice sounded dark. Sounded dark. We're working darkly. Sounded deep. Had to make sure we were still printing. Yeah, still printing. We were still recording. Oh, I'd hate to do this whole thing and then find out we weren't recording. Which just means you guys wouldn't have gotten a second video. You just would have gotten a flip through. Look what I did off camera because my camera died. Yeah, this has both the reds and a little bit more of the purple, so I can do both. We're going to touch it with the red and then the brick, and then we'll go over it with a little bit of the plum. So that's working. But like this blotch of pink out of nowhere. Like, love it. So cool. Shabbydabbydoodah did a great job. Again, I will put the link again in here. In this one too, for the kit. I know it's a little last minute, but being a digital kit, it's great because you could just do it, print it out real quick, and go for it. Make a kit. Make something Halloweenish. Make something poetic, Maybe you have a friend that's huge in Edgar Allan Poe, or want to make little Halloween cards, or I don't know, there's plenty of backgrounds and edges and elements in this that you could, and she's really, really cost effective, so it's not like a huge cost, and for something that's unusual and different, you just want to have fun with it, it's so worth it to just have a little fun. We've had a weird couple years. We deserve fun. We deserve moments of unexpected and something new, and not a new normal, just doing something different, right? Something that we choose to do, not because we've been told we have to do it. So hopefully, I know my daughter my eldest has to get all dressed up. Doesn't have to get dressed up, but I'm assuming she still wants to get dressed up. I just don't know though. On her own, I don't know if anybody's gonna know it's her because she doesn't quite have, that actress has the greatest expression on her face, Mary, and I don't know the actual actress's name, but the character Mary has, that little quirky kink in her lips off to one side, and it's like, I don't know if she can do that part, and her hair isn't dark. Sammy's hair is not that dark, so I don't know. Like, I'm going to try to get it up as messy and, like, upright as possible that she'll allow me to do. She still has PE that afternoon, so, like, luckily it's, like, a rally that morning out in the stadium because it's homecoming. So it's funny how 20-something years ago, Halloween and homecoming hit the same weekend. My senior year in high school, Halloween and homecoming were the same weekend. I want to say it was the same weekend. I remember having a home game. I remember getting all decked out, got all dressed up, froze my butt off at the football game, and then we went and we went straight to the Halloween game, a Halloween dance after that. This year they are having you come to the game, and then the next night they're doing like a harvest homecoming dance event thing. So they did break that up a little bit so there's not too blended in, and I guess you could get dressed up at the football game, but I think they're gonna have them just like do the contest during the day, and then not so much chaos that night. You just come into football that night, and you're doing a rally that morning, and you're doing dress up during the day for a contest, and then yeah, it's like crazy busy. All right, so in this case, I am going to glue here because we don't want to take a chance of gluing down the wrong stuff, and I don't think I go out that far, so we're gonna have to see how this turns out because I don't want to like glue down the wrong part. That would be bad. That's a little high, a little low. Uh-oh. Well, come on. All right, there we go. No matter what I do, right? I know those glues, and I definitely got them I'm not super perfect with the distressed edges, or the not distressed edges, but the deckled Tim cutter for the edges. I think I've got it, and then it moves just a little bit, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh look, it's not to say it is. So I'm a little, but it is the joy of this kit. You don't have to be perfect. I mean, it's Halloween, it's haunted, it's whatever. It doesn't have to be. And I have a hard time going to the edges. You can see I'm like going back trying to catch the edges. I was sort of guessing on this one, so yeah, no. Guessing and moving. So we're just going to wipe it up, help seal in the edges. Which always feels easy, like I just seal it, right? Now this I'm going to be careful with, but I'm going to have to get into it. Get those corners. Actually, what would be fun would be to put the lace on the inside of this. Actually, so it's here and then it flips out. So I still have the lace, but I don't know, that's one more thing though on this page. I went a little crazy. This page has a lot going on. So I didn't know. Okay, but for the most part, I don't think anything. I don't think I need to, I was debating if I needed to back it in, but at the moment I do have to repunch the hole. If I try to back it so it's not super, I'm not using it as a full-blown like journal, and I'm not selling it, so it's just me. I think we'll be fine. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this sucker down, because if I don't glue it down and forget to start gluing stuff down, I'm going to be in big trouble. I'm going to be like, eek! And that would be bad too. So, we're not going to see any of this, so I don't need to distress anything. The goal is to totally hide this every way possible with paper and all, so I don't have to worry about it. Probably could have used a glue stick on this one, but that's alright. We're going to glue it to the bottom. We're going to glue it to the edge, because I know my paper is all, I think my paper goes to the outside of that edge, but I have a dry wet, so let's use that. There we go. Ta-da! Alright, we've got that down, and then I know this one needs to go down so that the paper too also covers that before I can put the other one in place. So I didn't quite go to the bottom of this one. I don't want to. I mean, a little bit. So I may have to do a little bit of trimming on the paper. We'll see. So I don't want it up against the rim too much. This, because then it's going to get caught and it's going to get all weird. All right, get in there. So we're going to go about there. That'll work. We want room so there. It closes and we don't end up with anything stuck. It's just the middle that's done. That's in there. All right. So we now have this, which, yeah, hate to do anything because then I have it my distressing and all that goes away. But if I don't do it now, I'm going to try to do it later. Because, yeah, that's going to rub just barely. So I need the tiniest cut. Ugh. And I don't cut straight. At all. Not that my cutter cuts all that straight either. I don't know. I started worried about it. I was like going, It's getting up there. I mean, it's not like a great one. It's sort of a... Let's do it upside down so I get this straight as possible. The bottom I didn't. Well, I did cut it a little bit. Let's see if we do that. A little bit more. Yeah, my cutter has this gap in it where it's starting to bow in the middle. I don't know if it's how it's stored or what, but if I'm not careful, it definitely there we go. See, just certain ways it doesn't cut like it's supposed to. Oh, but I've had it for a while. I had another one that I definitely killed up because I was doing a lot of small amount of production work for small businesses, and so I was using, here we go again. Sorry guys, I am looking for the, I am trying to be a good girl and keep my thing clean, haha. And so I was doing a lot of, I was doing business cards and greeting cards and thank you cards for clients and stuff, and I was printing them, so I was going through my printer and my cutter a lot. It was getting quite the workout for a while, so I got a new one. But it's been okay. It is still a few years old, so probably longer than that. I want to say this one's, well, a good 5 years at least. We've been in the house for 9, so I want to say, okay, so I'll give that a shot. Now, my only thing is, I'm not going to quite glue all the way to the top because I need to be able to stuff that in there and then glue it down. So I'm going to get close, but I'm not going to quite get to the top. I'm going to have to do that from the other end at some point so that I know that I can get that clicked in there and not worry about it being, like, not able to shove in there fast enough. Because this does dry sort of quickly. Glue stick dries quickly and it just doesn't stick. You do this and, you know, it dries and you're just, well, SOL. Alright. So let's get it all the way over. There we go. No! There we go. Oh my, almost. That was almost crazy, right? And see, I just automatically went to the top. So if I had glued all that, I would be without anything right now. I'd have nowhere to put this in. After all of that work, I'd have no tag place to put in the hinge. That would be bad. And I have to do that. I have to do that side by hand. Alright, so I think we're gonna, come on. Uh-oh, there we go. I think we're gonna go to the edge over here so there is not too much overlap. And, yeah, I know, I see all that glue, which is fine. Oh, I knew. See, that's the other thing. Oh, see, I knew it. I was supposed to do this one first before I did the bottom. I was like, I'm supposed to do this one first. Well, let's get that in there. All right. So much fun, right? Yeah, well, there's a downside to me doing things online or on camera. I'm like, oh, let me just do this. And I'm like, no, I totally forgot about that. It's production. It's taken me a lot to like rework the brain to think, you know, multimedia and think layers and hidden. And so we're going to get that in there. We're going to go here. I know I'm not out of, there we go. I think I'm going to wonder if I need to get another bottle before when, I know in the summer they won't, I think it comes out of Arizona, they won't ship. And then I think the same issue with during the winter. So I know I get it out of Arizona. I actually get it out of Amazon, but I don't know what company sends it from there. So we'll see. I may have to get it. Well, I can always trim that, I guess. I can always trim that. But it's stuck. I'm not getting that back up there. I'm like, it's not going all the way to the top. Darn it. Caught the bottom, but didn't caught the top. I almost completely forgot. So there we go. Okay. So we have this outer flip. Loving it. Secondary one. We have that one. Okay, we'll go get our thingy on that. I know. I want to just cover it. I so do. But I want writing space too. Yeah, but I want to hide the hinge. But I'm glad I did the same colors. So that does make a difference. Alright, so let's get a piece of paper trimmed out so that, and I want it bordered, which of course, I'm going to get my pencil. So many things. Alright. Have lunch. Yeah, I started a little late because my phone was out of battery, so I'm like, okay, well, she's done with class, but she can have lunch like she would anyway. She could have lunch. She normally has lunch and then has one more class. Today she's doing some catch up with the teachers, doing some catch up with some of the students. So, you know, it's not as need to be, and she's not one of those students. I keep her pretty on task. If we're behind on something, it's by choice, or I'm like, no, we're good. She has like a test this week and for history, and then normally they want to go right on to the next lesson, and I'm like, you know, it's Halloween week. I am sort of tired. I need a break. So we are going to wait till next week and start the next session. I'm like, we're going to get ahead and then we're going to take a break, which I have all rights to do. The teacher teaches math and English for sure. And she's been trying to get some of the simpler things out, like doing it, helping us by, you know, stepping in and going through the online lesson and, helping them through the quiz or whatever, or at least trying to explain it to them. Hopefully they should pass the quiz, you know. trying to give us a break. Because, you know, for a really good learning coach or online teacher, you know, we're getting through 2 to 4 other lessons with them a day. Sometimes she has everything. I think Wednesday she has no real time with the teacher, but I have all 5 lessons to do with her, because we have art on Wednesdays too. So she does science, she does history, she does math, she does English and art. So I try to make sure art is like Wednesday is like the fun part. Like we learn the lesson on Monday and we do the art project on Wednesdays. So at least it lends to our crafty, what we call Chicky Day, our girly day, or girly night. So we sort of end the day, you know, worst case, I pick up my oldest and then she gets to come home. My youngest comes home and does her artwork. So that's not so bad. But yeah, there are days where I've got multiple lessons with her. And so teacher's helping, teacher's trying. It's been different. But we are finally getting a rhythm, which is good. So, why I am finally getting all these videos done, which I have no idea what we're doing in November, guys. You need to chime in. If you watch this, you watch me regularly and you happen to watch this, even if it's just little bits, I hope you catch this part, because I have no idea what we're doing in November for lessons. Usually I do a journal with me's, and I don't know, maybe unless I go back to fall, I do have the Fanciful Fall kit that I know, I have things for that. Lorette was doing the cutest sticker tissue paper with Christmas. Well, I have I have like a dozen different fall napkins, so that would be fun to make some sticker fall pieces. So maybe I'll do a fall version of her Christmas version. I don't know. Okay, so look at that. I don't know, that's super cool, right? I think it's neat. I love it. It's very busy. But I think, yeah, I definitely want to put some kind of square. I have the papers that I may like this, but a cream paper that I might put up there for a journal space up there. So we have 1, 2, 3, and now and a good journal here. There's this card you can journal on. I have plenty of space for photos and journaling for our Sanderson Sisters Halloween. That is for sure. I have a great spread for this Halloween. I'm loving it. Okay, so first half sort of done. All right, now let's see if I can do the second half and not completely botch this up. Right? Not do what I just almost did on the other side. Okay. So I know this is going on the top. Let's get that one, but I want it, let me just stress the bottom. I definitely want the, I don't know if anything needs to be tucked. My worry is I don't know if anything needs to be tucked in. Now I did a different thing on this one compared to the other ones. I did the we are rulers that have all these cool distresses. I wanted that sort of drippy, more ragged than just the light. And I am doing this right on the page because we know we're not going to see any of it. I want to get rid of the white, because when it distresses and rips, it sometimes leaves the white paper. So I really want that sort of ripped issue. And we'll do the edges just to be on the safe side, because it shows, which we know that one side shows, and like we did the other one, there's a little bit of white, so, which I could distress that white corner, that white section I missed. I just realized, there we go. Let's just do that. There we go. It's nice when the page you're using, you can be sort of your messy spot, because you're covering it all up. I'm liking. Oh, because trying to catch the edges sometimes is so much work. Oh my gosh. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that, how's that sort of fun? Huh, I gotta remember that. Do a piece of paper and distress that for like a happy planner session. I'm always trying to find new methods of things. Okay, so we know this is going here, but it's also going... Oh, I went. Oh, I was right. I didn't cut it down. I thought I cut it down. Okay, I didn't cut it down enough. Or I misjudged the paper size. Come on. I wanted this over here more. So... do I trim it over here? I guess. Well, let's just fold it just a little bit. Not a lot. I always assume this is going to fold like straight. I don't think it does. I think depending on the like grain of the paper, I don't think it always does it straight, which will annoy me because I do not like, you know, this is why I try to cut evenly. Let's see. All right. Well, I wanted to get enough of this done so that you guys could see what was going on, and I'm just probably gonna have to come back. Either we'll have to blend it back in, or I'm gonna have to just show you guys what I ended up with, I guess. Oh my goodness, timing got away from me. But I hope you enjoyed the first portion. Hopefully you enjoyed that first page. It's super, I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be good when I get, you know, moments of real life in it. I'll show it to you guys in a moment. So there's that, best I can do. There we go. We know we need this under here. Which all I do is simply cut this one. I don't have to do anything crazy because it's all underneath. And then it's trimming this one to make a pocket. I don't know. I think about what, a half hour? Yep, exactly a half hour. Okay, so I'm going to pause and take care of my girl, get her through the rest of her classes, and then we will blend right back in for another half hour. So you still get an hour with me today, or second hour with me today, because that's just how it is. 2 1-hour sessions, woohoo! But let's see if we can. I will fussy cut this out, and then we will decide what kind of what we're gonna plop in it, get the pages glued down, and decide where the flaps need to be. If we have any more flap outs, or whether we're just gonna tuck it and make it a graveyard of journal cards. It may very well just be a graveyard of journal cards of fun things that we're just gonna tuck in here and decorate across the top. Maybe we'll put some clusters and some things on the top up here. But maybe we'll make it a graveyard of journal cards. That might be fun. Because then I did not print on the back of all of them, but that's okay. Some are backed. I still want to use these as a flip out. I'm like, I still want to use this as a flip out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, let me pause it and I will be right back. As far as you're good, but let me go take care of the kiddo and we'll give this another shot. All right. Talk soon. Be right back. Okay, we're back. A little disheveled, but we're back. Okay. So, I went ahead and tried to get some stuff done so that we could get a little bit more detail work done. I don't know if I got us any farther, but I did want to go start doing this and realize I wanted to cut the tombstones out, right? Well, I went and I started cutting out just the black fence, and I went, ugh. But it did give me the idea, though, okay, well, wait a minute. We can do maybe 2, right? We have 2 pockets. So we still have our, all kinds of things came out of this. We can still have our graveyard of these guys, as we first originally planned. But now we can do some of these cuter things that if I don't decorate with them, we can do cuter little things in the front. How's that? We can still make it this sort of duo type, you know, ordeal. So that when you pull them out, you would see these guys maybe behind it. So we get sort of double pockets, which I thought was sort of cool too. So we still have that feel. But I went to glue this down, then went, oh my gosh, I had to peel it up and get this glued down. And then I didn't glue this down yet because I was like, no, I don't know for sure how we're doing. Let me double check all this. But what I want to do, because I realized I'm having the same sort of problem we had with the other side, is that I want to, good, that's all, oh, hey, it works. Get back going. I think I'm going to lay it out to where it is flatter on just a single sheet. So that way, too, I know where the edge is and I'm not mixing it up with the other whites. So you can barely see this, which is fine. And we've got that. So there's the goal for that. So yeah, when I had to recut this one, I cut it off this again, but it worked just right. I think it's going to be like a little journal card, not journal card, but like a little journal. I think I put some papers in it. It's going to be a little journal piece, which would be one more thing that could stick behind here. If we wanted to, I could do it and put it on the other side. I don't know. I think this is going to be like this fun thing, but I don't want to put too much in here because it is just a single sheet of paper and I don't want it to like rip or tear or not be able to hold the weight. So I don't know, maybe I'm making something small with whatever's left over from this. I did find this in one of the bigger sheets where she had the other haunted house that I adored, which was in the journal cards. And she has another sheet that has this with not so prominent in the background of the tombstones, but it had this haunted house in it, right? So I had this haunted house on this side, which I think I have cut out somewhere. And, I have it. Where did I do with it? Oh, so yeah, that's what we did. So I put it on cardstock. So here's the gate again. The background is not quite as prominent on the tombstones. So we blended in. Has the other haunted house, and then it had this guy, which is a lot bigger than what's in the fussy cuts. And I sort of wanted to do a hidey hole, I don't know, hinge door type thing. I wanted to almost cut this down the middle and have it hinged open off the wings maybe a little bit with something behind it. Because we still need to decorate this up here. Like, this still needs some work. This needs something. So we might cut this and maybe we'll put a little something behind it. Which I don't think he hides behind it a little bit. So if I cut it really clean, we could have this open up and have that behind it. Right? Because I think you'll stick out. I just think it'd be fun to have it open and there's something hiding somewhat behind it. And I still want these guys. So we haven't completely gotten a whole lot farther than where we were. I think that would be fun in there. I was just looking for some of the fun leftover pieces and sort of play them. Because I have this one. I just mixed it in twice. And I think it is a little smaller than the original. So I want to use that as that hidey hole. That could get cleaned up and decorate. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, we're going to keep working this. I have a feeling we're not going to get too much farther with the 30 minutes. I don't want to go over. So we've got 25 more minutes. So just after, for me, after the time frame. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, even this, I see now, even her folio, why it's taking her, 2, 3, 4 videos to get it done. Oh my gosh. And we're just playing around with it, right? And I didn't get stuff done. I was supposed to fussy cut while we were doing school, and of course that took over more time than I expected, so probably I'm not going to sit here and do what I'm doing right now. Alright, let me cut this real quick. Anyway, but I think it's sort of fun with the graveyard and the gate where we're going to put these little pieces in it, and we're going to put some cards in it. And because I got so excited about the bottom, and I was so afraid I was going to mess it up again, that of course I glued everything down and did not get these cards hinged so where I could blend the hinges into the paper. So I think we're going to use the same purple paper, even though I rather have the hinge that's up against the backing blend than have the hinge on the card blend. I know it was great on both ends, but we sort of covered everything with paper, so I didn't think anything of it. Okay, so I'll cut this one later. This one's definitely going in here. These are all sort of what I'm thinking to put in here for some depth and some movement. I love it because it's dark here and it's light. We see it. I'm loving that. Where's the other thing? Okay, so here's what I thought. Let's put this guy in here. I'll distress everything and all that fun stuff too, but that's going to be another hinge. I'm thinking it's going to hide this one. We're going to clean that one up and it's going to hide right, not hide, but it's going to be behind it, and we're going to, off the edge here, we're going to glue down these edges and we're going to score it so it opens, a little bit. So there's that possibility, which is super fun. But see, my thought was to do this, where it sort of kept everything in place, and then you would just open it to see everything inside. And to do that, I do want it, though, I think with a magnet in the middle to keep them closed. So it just sort of keeps everything from going anywhere. All right, let's try that. Let's distress these a little bit. We need some color. Well, so yes, I hope your afternoon is going well, that you are getting through your day at the end of your week, because it's Friday for you guys. I'm hoping that it was a good week. Maybe some spooky fun, kids or no kids, work, whatever comes up. But the end of the week is being a positive one. That the end of your week is going well. Getting ready for your weekend, whatever it may entail for the end of the month. I mean, it is the last weekend and days of October. I cannot believe Monday is November 1st. I'm just flabbergasted. It's already. And I just realized, so when I was recording this, it was the 26th, and I realized that Monday was the 25th, right? So it means we are 1 month away, or in this case we're now less than, but we were a month away from Thanksgiving, and then exactly 2 months away from Christmas. because both Thanksgiving and Christmas this year are both on the 25th. Is that crazy or what? I don't know when that happened last. I think it's sort of weird because usually I always think the 24th or the 27th, sometimes the 23rd, you know, weird dates for Thanksgiving. And it occurred to me this week that when I was double checking one of my kids' schedules, that both Thanksgiving and Christmas are both on the 25th. And so they're not both on Thursdays. That would be even weirder. But no, they are, you know, literally 30 days apart in a month, and they are both on the 25th. And I was like, oh, well, okay then. Let me get my magnets out so I don't forget. We're going to try these. Hopefully these are thin enough. They're not too heavy. I saw Tina do that with one of her pages. She had a little bit of a hiccup on all of it, but we all do, right? What am I looking for? Papers everywhere. My messes are colored. And I haven't even, the sad part is I'm barely getting the basics done with you guys. Like, I want to go back and add rhinestones and lace and all kinds of stuff to these things, which I'm just going to have to do on my own. And then I think I'm going to do like a little bonus video for you guys. A quick flip everything out, make it look a little cute for Sunday. So on Halloween, you guys will have a little video that shows all the little last minute details I did. So I'm literally going between this and trying to sew the cover for the Christmas one. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a busy week. But what was I looking for? Oh, the paper, which was right here, and then I tucked it aside. Eek! I needed the red paper. Ah! It was right. Oh, it's underneath. I'm like, I moved something, didn't I? Okay. We're going to use this for the hinge. I know it's white, but it's going to glue onto everything that we're not going to see. So, don't need a lot of space or a lot of anything else, but we're going to make it work. Because I want to make sure that it definitely blends with our background. That it doesn't stick out too much, but I wanted a good enough. Let's see. There we go. A lot of guessing as we go, right? But it's a nice way to make the hinges. It is a nice bright white paper, so it's thick. I mean, it's not cardstock in any sense, or even cover stock, but it's not super thin like paper either. So, okay, so what we're thinking. Now I don't have my board anymore. I don't have my sticky board. So what you're gonna do is we're just gonna fold in half. I know there might be better ways to do this, but I'm figuring this is probably the best way to do what we need, right? So I think we're going to do this way because I like the idea of the skull on top. So we're going to put this one on this side. And we're just going to glue it down. Ugh. So totally stoked. You know, we have the homecoming parade. The homecoming parade will be, you know, for I'm talking sort of past tense, pretense, I don't know. Because Thursdays are homecoming parade, so we're all stoked about that, which they are going to go through our downtown, which was debatable because we've turned our downtown into most of our downtown into a one-way street, and we have most Californians, I don't know if the other states have done it too, but in California we had a lot of downtowns. If we didn't want to lose our restaurants during this whole mayhem, we beautified downtown, and we put wood, half fenced wood enclosures. So the bottom half is all wood, wood fencing, and then you had the pergolas and the covers and the umbrellas and stuff like that. And you could and flower pots, and we made the downtown really pretty. So everyone had a restaurant or a place to hang out. We could do the whole 6 feet tables, outdoor stuff. So now we have all this back in, you have to back in the park, and you have these, outdoor patios for the restaurants, which took up a lot of space on both sides. And so I didn't know if they'd be able to have people say hang out, on the street and still do like our parades, because we do a lights on parade for Thanksgiving. We have our own parade. Thanksgiving weekend, that Saturday night we do our lights on parade. Everybody come downtown. We used to come downtown and shop and have hot chocolate and watch the parades go by for all the clubs and committees and the schools and the bands, and it's our version of the Macy's parade without floats, right? Or floats instead of what do you want to call it? Floats instead of balloons. I'm like, what are those big hot air balloons? Not hot air balloons, but the big, balloons. We don't have balloons. We do floats. So, we didn't do it. I don't know if they even did it last year. We just didn't go. Too many people, too many crowds, weather, the works, and so this is sort of our first parade of any sort, and it's high school, so it's not going to be super crowded. The high school will come out. People who aren't are working downtown will pop their heads out. It's definitely for the schools and for the families. So that we're looking forward to, but I wasn't sure they were just going to do it around our high school track because, well, I need to move that in a little bit. Oh, that bleeds. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if we're just going to do the high school track, if I, cap it a little bit more to this, to the school, or what the deal was going to be. So then they said they're going to go downtown, and so I'm stoked about it, of course, because, but then I got to get my daughter, and we got to walk a block or two over from the high school to first park it and then make it work. So, okay, so we have this. So I won't fuss with it on camera, but the goal is to get I think there's just enough space to put a magnet there to keep it closed, which will then keep all these guys in place. Yeah, they're a little off. I don't have them perfectly lined up, but that's okay. So we have that, which is not bad on here. But it really bugs me. I could put a strip here and decorate these, like flatly, maybe I'll put roses and stuff on them and sort of blend it and decorate them on the inside. Not so much for a writing space, but just a cover. Okay. So we have these two things in here. I don't think we'll see this, so maybe we'll use this with the roses. We'll use that as a decorative for stamps. I was debating on putting this guy in here, but I don't know if I have any other. I think I just have skeletons. I have that. That might be cool in there. So we're gonna fill that up. We're gonna decorate things out. There's another journal card, but I want to keep them sort of small and unique shaped, I think, for that. So yeah, we'll figure stuff out. So we'll decorate some skulls and some flowers on the inside of the cards. And then we'll put some stuff inside. Oh, it's another strip. Okay. I have plenty of stuff left over. And like I said, I think I'm going to do some papers and some decorating. And we're going to make a little flip book. I think we'll make a little decorative page flip book out of this. It's just super. I looked at it and went, oh, that's like a perfect cover. Like it looked like it was meant to be. And who knew, right? So that's something later, which I'll show you guys off. If I get it done before the video, I will definitely, show you guys. Okay, so with that in mind, I don't think I need to tuck anything else in, so let's get this glued down. And if not, well, we're going to do sort of that self-blend, decorate type, whatever we need to do, hinge. It won't be the same as the other side, but the other side had some pretty, harder paper and bigger pieces, so that's all right. I was so indecisive about this. It's sort of my own fault. And then I got the idea of what I wanted to do and then forgot what I needed to do. So, oh well. Sort of happens when this is supposed to be a fun as you go, but I could be here for hours if I just sat here and twiddled my thumbs and try to figure out what to do. I would have you guys on the camera for hours. Oh my gosh. What's to do? I can spend 2 to 3 hours working on this project straight, and I may make 50 million changes. Of course, I'm talking to you guys about it and stuff, so maybe that's why it's taking a little bit longer. I don't know. But I want to do it justice, and I want to show it off to you guys. And I know some of you, this may not be exactly up your alley, but it gives you ideas. I mean, that's what happened. I took the ideas from a fall kit and went, well, let's play with a Halloween kit. Why not? So, well, that's where that went. I was trying to figure that out. I mean, I have hundreds of things I can keep decorating and doing still. And so, of course, it got warm out here. Weather got weird. All of a sudden, we got hot. I was like, oh, come on. For us, at the end of the week, we're actually expecting 79 degrees on a Thursday. And I'm like, what? And of course, but then Halloween's going to be 69 degrees for the whole day. And it's going to be maybe 60 when I take the kids out. Like I said, we're in we're in long dresses, and I think we're all long sleeves, except mine are medium weight, I guess. I mean, it's not great. My daughter is actually in a sheer blouse with a vest and an apron and all that, and long dress, but she's definitely, in a sheer top. I'm I think she's wearing leggings, yoga pant leggings, to school for a costume, so she may very well be doing the same thing on Sunday. But, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, I guess I'm glad it's not going to rain. No, there was a prediction of some possible rain, I think, on the 1st, which is the day after, which, okay, cool. I can do that. Like, maybe why it's dropping so drastically all of a sudden. We go high up and then we're coming back down again, but I think there's a prediction like 30 or 40% chance of rain on Monday. So it's the day after. Okay, close to my old traditions as I've talked about in the past, where, you know, we're doing something, but I'm going to check. I have this odd feeling. I always do. I know if you guys are hearing me going, well, you're talking to me, but I'm talking because I'm supposed to, but I don't know. I always worry. I get it all set, and I think I hit the button, and I start talking, and I just worry. I did clear my phone off so that all these videos were not going to... I downloaded them like I need to and have them saved ready to go, so when I'm ready I can plop them into YouTube, but I can't leave everything in the world on my phone, so... Oh, let's make sure. Yeah, so far so good. Okay. Alright, so let's get this red so we don't have any white. And then I'll probably even put a little bit of antique over it just to really try to hone in the fact that it's dark and brooding. Alright. Yeah, I keep putting them backwards, which is sort of weird. Alright, let me clear off my glue stick for a second so I do not make a disastrous mess. Of course, I always do it like right before I need to use it again. I cap it. Because I'm looking at it to think, okay, I need to work on it next. And then I'm like, well, why did I just cap it? I just need to take it off again. But yeah, so I hope you guys have great plans for this weekend. Whether it's crafting, whether it's enjoying the kids that come and go. Maybe you guys have different family traditions of this for the last weekend of November. For, you know, almost the first weekend of November. Almost made it. Not quite, right? Yeah, and I don't know. I don't remember the last time it's been where Halloween is like literally, I mean, it depends how you do it, how you see it. I have one planner that goes, well, I have two planners. Oh, all my planners go Monday through Sunday. So I love it. Like, I'm like, oh, it actually lands on a Sunday, which means it's a whole new month next week. And I'm coming to my old age where I don't like when my planners split the month. I love that Thanksgiving. I love that, a bunch of them. Because for like many years, I would have Halloween on one half of my planner and fall Thanksgiving feeling on the other half of the week, And I'm like, nope, I get to start fresh in November. Have a whole week of Halloween and then, go from there. So I'm thinking, and I put that line there, and now I'm not sure why. Now I'm going to see it. So maybe we'll put it on this side then. What do we think? You can sort of see the red. It's not like, just looks like an addition unless I go up. Just looks like more of the same. I don't really have anything smaller that would be fun. I mean, unless it's just a skeleton back there, but I don't know. That's not much. I'm like, unless I put a skeleton with a rose behind it. Ooh, that's a thought. What if we... Let's see. I want that skeleton a good size. And if I want to put a rose behind it, it has to be a little bit bigger, doesn't it? Eek. All right, here we did all that fussy cutting, which is not like I won't use it. I will stick it underneath, or it will decorate the little book. Actually, that'd be fun over there. Oh, that would actually be cute. That little book, put in the middle of a page, on the edge of a page, or flip out on the one of the pages in that little book. I love making little mini journal books. Oh my gosh, it's like one of my favorite things to do. I don't know why. I did a lot of that last year. I made so many mini file folder books and like journaling, gratitude type things. I made quite a few of them. Made them into birthday cards, made them into like a little birthday card, mini memory birthday cards. I made them into all kinds of things last year. Alright, let's see. Well, at least I'm going to try to get the base decor done with you. Base ideas done with you guys. We've got that, because we have a general idea what we're filling the bottom with, which I do have to do a little distressing. Because I got so excited and was so afraid I was going to forget what I was doing. And all the multitasking I was doing earlier in the day that I was going to not remember what to do with the gate down here. Which was bad enough, because like I said, I did actually cut the wrong... Went to go film and started cutting it out in front of you guys and cut the wrong thing, and I was like, oh no. So I stopped, went and got my daughter, the older one, and while I was waiting for her, I was like, okay, very carefully cut the tombstones. I want the tombstones. And said, well, I'll just make it And the one in the back is more of a cardstock, and the one in the front is more of a lighter paper. So I thought, well, we can still put the light stuff in it. So what if we did... It really needs to be a lot bigger, doesn't it? I am just striking out, guys. It wants me to small. I sort of want so you can see enough of the rose, but I don't know how small I have to go with the skull to do that. Because see, he's in the middle of the butterfly, and the roses are on him, and so it's like I sort of want the other way around. I sort of want the skull in the middle of the rose for once. I don't think she did that. I think we decorated the skulls with the roses in the front, not the back, so that might be the problem. That's a little better, I guess. A little offset him just a little bit, and then put the butterfly, which I keep misplacing, over it so you can't really see, and when you pop it open, there he is underneath. Okay, well, let's get this sort of glued together then. Let's do this. I always do that. Distress first. Distress first. Get rid of those white edges. Otherwise, I had to cut so perfectly. It's not funny. I'm not one of those to do that, so. And in the process, I actually knocked off a rhinestone off one of my nails. I was like, oh, come on. So we're going to off-center you just a little bit. And I'm not going to glue you down perfectly until I know exactly where I'm putting this. Because my luck, I will put it in the wrong spot. So let's get this baby scored where I think I want it. Let's do that for a second. Trying to keep it. Let's see, if we line up a hat there, we'll think that's straight, right? My other thing is cutting it. And that's a little worrisome. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to use most of the... Well, let's see, I can't do all that, huh? Because then it would fold in a really... I can't fold it straight. Well, I could fold it straight over. I'll give it a shot. Let's give this... Let's see if I'm on par, whether I'm completely off from what I want to do. And then with that... It's the amount. Well... No, because that one's over more. Which is fine. It doesn't have to be... We just want enough. Don't have to have it perfect. I know, I say don't have to be perfect, and then I get all, you know, retentive over here. Just enough to fold it, right? But we'll glue it down so that when I do split this in half, that is going to be the hinges on it, right? It's going to keep it... Of course, the moment I do this and glue it down, it's going to pop open, so I don't know how we're going to... It's not going to be something that's going to stay super flat, but the thing is cutting it and lining it up. So maybe that'll give me that space where it's a little bit lined up. Let's see if I can do this, but I need a different... I need the other one. Of course, I can't find... Oh, yeah, I dropped a bunch of beads the other day, and I'm slowly finding them at least. They're all clear beads, which is funny. I love when I have something and then I misplace it. I think I was measuring out the Christmas quilt thing, and now I don't know what I did with it. My luck, it's still sitting in another room somewhere. Okay, well, it's just not my favorite thing to cut with, so. Alright, well, let's go here. And really, I'm just going to cut it somewhat down the nose in the middle, and I want to know for sure that it's straight. I see a line in there. I see a potential of a straight line, so we're gonna try to run with it. Okay. And cut sticker's really good. It's still a little thin for a paper, especially when it's a cardstock, but there we go. And I'll distress it, so it'll be fine, I guess. Let's give this a shot. It's a great idea. Of course, once it's glued down, there's not much I can do about it. Except cover it up and, you know, do something different with it, I guess. So alright, so let's give this a shot. So I said that's why we don't glue the other one down until I know this is what I want it to do. Okay, so I'm hoping, because we're going to glue that down, so it's going to pop open. And there's really no way to not pop open. So I have to try to, even if I put one inside the other, it's just going to pop the other one out. So we're just going to give it our best shot. Now, do I overlap it down here a little bit? Or do I just put it in the middle? Yeah, we're just going to put it there. Okay. All right. Why not, right? It's just supposed to be a fun, crafty thing. I'm not supposed to worry about like every little detail. I'm not trying to sell it to anybody. It's just mine, but I can be just as picky about my own stuff, like what I want, right? Like I want that, and I want it to look like this, and I want to enjoy it, and I'll be just as picky about my own stuff as I am about giving it to somebody else or selling it to someone else. It's like I just as crazy about it all. Of course, I'm under this light, and I'm definitely warm. Ugh. Okay, now we're gonna try to line this up. Problem is gluing it. Ugh, I can't really I don't know if I can glue it and hold it at the same time, so we're gonna do the best we can with this one. Gonna line this up the way I think I want it. Nope, see, moves. There we go, we'll do that. How funny that it's so movable. And it's not really supposed to be. My ink is sort of coming up from this, so. And it's sort of cool that it's sort of split down the middle. I sort of like the look. It's sort of interesting. So now we go underneath it though, and we want to do, pop it open and then that. Sort of wish I had, see, I need something behind it. I feel like we need more, yeah, we need more behind it. Like we need a flat cluster, but a cluster all the same. Like I need a cluster of something still behind it. This is where I think we're gonna put that dark color. I don't have a black square. The only black square we had was the that's red on red. I don't like that, but I like the size of it. So what else do we have? I would guess we do the, I don't know if I want to do black behind it. I had that little thing there, which I could use. I always love using my circles. Use the circles and put a black band right behind that. Let's give that a shot. Why not? Cluster, baby cluster. How are we doing? Yeah, we're coming up on time. 22 plus minutes already. Oh. And lately I've gotten back to using, I mean, it's not removable, but sort of using little bits of my glue stick or glue tape to get a general feel for where things go. And then I've been known to, there's too many layers, you know, and then I've been gluing it from there. So what do we think? Still hides, gives a little dimension, gives a little something cute behind it. If I wanted to, I would like, oh, glue the ends, make it a pocket, right? Which then, I mean, really the only thing I have is more skulls or something to put behind it, but then you're going to see it. So I really can't hide much behind it, except for that. I can maybe hide that behind it if I want to make this a belly band type thing. That's what it feels like, but I don't know. I just think I just want some color back there. So we're just gonna go with it. I am not going to get too crazy about all this, like, does or doesn't work. I'm like, ugh. All right, well, I appreciate you guys coming along on this very fun, unusual, totally different journal with me, a nice little craft with me this week, this week, that's what I felt like, this day, on our Friday, last Friday of the month. How fun is that? A little Halloween fun, something different and unusual from our norm, just to get us out of our comfort zone, just to stretch our legs, give us a break from either heavy fall, if you're in oranges and blues and teals and greens, and or Christmas. I know some of us are already full. Now I've been working on Christmas. Gail's on Christmas. Lorette's in Christmas. I haven't noticed Shabby in Christmas yet, but I don't catch all of her videos, so it's very likely Tina might be doing some Christmas, or she's waiting till the last second, and I don't blame her, before she absolutely goes that direction. I'm not going to make this a belly band. I'm just gluing it down. I just feel like I can use that somewhere else. I think that's going to be a good piece for up there. So we're going to start gathering pieces up there for that one. But here we go. So we have a little hide-a-hole cluster. Now, would I put little gold eyes in there? I might. I have these gold things, so that might be fun to put the little gold eyes in there. So we've got skeleton on skeleton. I don't have a way to cover that except to maybe put a, a slightly bigger flower here to see if it'll keep it down, but I don't think it will. So we'll just keep our hands helpful there. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are as good as we're going to get with all the help and all the prep that I could do and not do. And I really wish I'd done more prep in the first video. We would have got a lot more done. But I really appreciate you guys coming along and following and being part of the journey of this fun adventure that we just did. Just to do something fun, something different, outside the norm. And that you like it, you love it, you comment, you share. Please go take a look at, Shabby's dreaded red account. That her two things, and the other one, she's got dark green things. She's got a couple of different things all in the same category of red's not your thing. If you want a last minute project to play with like I did this weekend, please go ahead and please do so. I don't be getting money off this. I was just sharing the talent of another wonderful designer and the fun the fun it encouraged for me to have. So I thought I'd share the love and let you guys all know what was going on. So I hope you love it. I hope you admire it. And oh, see, I could have put that in there. See, I knew there's more stuff. Oh well. Anyway, all right. Like it, love it, subscribe if you're new to me. Thank you for watching through both videos if you did. I really do appreciate that. And maybe if I find out there's a number of you who actually did watch both videos and you catch the bonus flip through on Sunday, I'm going to have to put together maybe a little thank you, a little giveaway thank you, right? So if you got to this point and you watched both videos, you've now been told that there is a possible giveaway. And if you comment on both videos, like both videos, and comment on the flip through on Sunday, then yeah, you'll be entered into a drawing for a small fall giveaway. I will put together a little goodie packet of stuff for those of you who are still doing fall for the last minute ideas, and you'll get a gift, like a giveaway gift bag for me if you do that. So there you go. Like it, love it, subscribe to it, comment on it. But if you comment on all three, then you get entered into the drawing, and I will send the lucky winner a small autumn grab bag of goodies. How's that? All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here, Jolene at Jewel Design. And we will see you hopefully on a brief Halloween moment. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.